here we are with pretty much just a plain cut block of the mossy dendrite soapstone. Going to attempt putting a bear space in this today to turn into a pipe eventually. So here we go. Try and start on this piece today here too, but I had noticed before, but there's a couple veins of some imperfections in this piece here that run through it pretty deep, I'm afraid, so I kind of like switched my direction around. I'll make this the back and this will be the head area. You know, there's some pencil scratching all over it. That was where the first head intended to be, and now we're going to go over here and try it, but I'll work on both pieces today. So I'll show a little bit of them once I get them a little bit farther along. Well, here we are a little ways into the shaping of the bear. Some beautiful stuff here, blues and grays. It's gonna be these little spots here that's hard. But I guess once you've carved a bear, you keep that image in your mind, it's pretty easy to burn out each time. It's always going to be getting everything symmetrical is what's going to be hard. I mean, it's almost impossible. I mean, for starters maybe, and I'm still a starter, to get everything symmetrically perfect. As time goes on, maybe. But it's a slow process. Some imperfection spots over here. We want to try and make his back the same width, the legs the same. Each leg on him is facing a different direction, kinda. You know, walking crooked like a dog leg. But there's the beginning of this bear. Much more to go. I wish I'd have waited to cut his ears in, because see, now to get rid of this and this little bit over here, I gotta keep thinning in his face, and his ears are really about the size where I want them. He may only be able to take his face in a little bit farther. I'm gonna probably have to leave them couple little imperfections in it. I don't have no choice. Just thought I'd give you a quick look. Well, I had put the little bear down for a while. I wanted to start on this pipe. Man, I've been wanting a pipe done so bad. Especially all this stuff, but just kind of get the rough shape of the bear face going on. We'll have to work him way down. He's probably still gonna be a big bear head. And then, I mean, I'm trying to stay to the effigy thought, you know. An effigy is the image of an animal, so I don't want to get too detaily with it. I want to make it, you know, an effigy, an image of. But man, I just love this mossy dendrite stuff, especially when you get it wet. Which that'll be the same once it gets oil on it. Look at that. That's just for my forehead. Yeah, I got an oily forehead, don't I? But man, it just makes that black stuff stand out. Break time. May have me a French vanilla cappuccino for the afternoon. Thaw out some dinner. Got a few dishes I gotta wash, which I hate. I hate dishes. I'd rather sit here and carve on this pot or that bear down there. Well, here's the beginning workings on my bear effigy pipe out of this mossy dendrite stuff. But I think I'm gonna keep this kind of a thick pipe. It's gonna go on a wood stem anyways. I'm still gonna work the head down a bunch more, nose down a bunch more. Ears need shaped out. I mean, it's got a lot of work yet to go, but I still want to leave it kind of a thick pipe for one main reason, because you end up with too much of this right here, this mossy dendrite stuff, and I don't know what it is about it. It's like all this area here, this scares me to make much out of that, because this section of it, I mean, there may be a big chunk of the middle section of it that's gonna be good. Just so many things I try making, and that stuff, just if you run into that, whatever that is, boy, it just causes it to break. But see, I can't stand wasting any of this stuff. That's why instead of grinding that piece there away, I sawed it off of it, because I can make something out of it. Oh, that stone. And I keep saying I ain't got enough. I don't. Because one of these pieces here, either this one, and probably this one here, because I really see it in this one, is going to be a turtle. But then see, there's some holes in here, but that's going to be in between a leg. And I mean, this shell won't be very big, because it'll be his head. You have to be a leg and a leg and a tail and a leg and a leg. So there's going to be a lot of that worked away to talcum dust, pretty much. Well, I wish I could get that sage stick there to burn a little better. I lit it when I went to meditate while ago and get started. And, well, it only stayed going for a little bit. I had such a hard time. Maybe I'm tying them too tight or something. I don't know. But this is going to get a bowl in it right in here. And it'll probably go in at an angle slightly. And then we got here, we got maybe an inch thickness of this, but I got some more of this to thin down. See how that's not level. I've gotten the bottom pretty close to how I like it, but it still needs some more filing, and you got to go all the way across those areas like that. But just thought I'd show that real quick. Back to work. Yeah, I gotta finish this work on this bear here some more, and this is someone else's second bead. I was hoping I'd have this done, but man, I think this is a steatite. I don't think this is soapstone. I think this is a type of steatite because this is hard. I mean, I'm having to fight this stuff to turn it into a bead, as to where the other stuff, you know, I mean, it's so soft. I tried making a bead there and drilling it, it's cracked. Piece of inlay, I guess, but that stuff there, man, that stuff's strong. I like it strong. I'm trying to get some little animals out of them. Same with this piece here. I'm trying to get some kind of a animal or something out of this. I'm gonna make a pendant or something out of. I don't know, cut it in half and make 2 feathers out of it. I want to make a feather out of the stuff so bad, because that's what I started carving. When I first started carving, was making feathers from bones like this one here. Save that bone there, dug up somewhere, make into a feather. But enough of my yakking. Back to well, been trying to get the bear symmetrical. It's so hard when you add all these shapes and cuts to it. And then you have it do stuff like this. It did it to me on this one leg, and I'm trying to get it back to being symmetrical, and then I had to do a little on his head, and then that nose piece knocks off, and then it's like, now what do you do? I don't want to take it that thin. So now do I take it that thin or add another angle to it? It's like, ugh. And I've worked so hard on this. I don't want that nose to be coming apart. It's like that leg. Where that popped off, I took it down to that on this side, and I don't want to take it down no more. Because I'm afraid that'll happen again. So I'm going to try and fix the nose, and I think I'm just going to finally sand it out. I was trying to even the back out some. This here had more than what this side here had on it. So now I guess we try and fix his nose. And then I think I'm going to stop fighting the symmetricalness, because I don't want that to happen anymore. I'm so scared about that happening. A big chunk like that comes off his face or something like that is done. All that work for nothing. And I've really been enjoying this bear. This is going to have some awesome color in it. But that's working soapstone. Well, this bear's pretty much done, except for just keep adding oils and polishing them up. You gotta get some oils down to the little cracks and crevice areas yet. You can kind of see where it's white. Oh, come in focus. But I love the colors in this bear here. It's awesome. Come on, focus. There we go. But his nose didn't turn out how I liked. I think I showed it earlier, a little spot that popped out there, and that's what I had to do to bring his nose down to that. Kind of like I said, I don't like his nose that much, but you know, can't get him perfect. I mean, it's pretty easy for me to shape the bear out, but boy, getting them symmetrical is freaking hard. But I've only been doing this a month or so now, really, carving bears. I just can't help it. I start and I go nuts. I don't want to stop carving bears. But like I said, this one's done, except for about a week's worth of adding oils and stuff. I like it. And then I had bad insomnia last night, couldn't sleep at all, so I worked on my pipes some more. Back in here in the back part of his head is where I'm going to put the bowl, behind the ear somewhere, but I mean, it's thick and bulky. It even looks like the Mack Dog Bulldog on the Mack trucks, kind of right at the moment, but it's taking that bear shape to it. But I'm still gonna have to leave this piece, I think, quite big and bulky. A friend of Terry's, I kind of knew him a little bit, just not very much, but Brian Red Moon, he lives out in Colorado now, but he told Terry that some of the soapstones, probably this would be a good one for it. It's good for dissipating the heats and stuff, but if you don't leave them thick, eventually the heat causes them to break. They're just not as strengthy as the Catlinite and maybe some of them really black steatites. So I'm gonna have to leave this kind of a big and bulky pipe a little bit. I mean, it's still gonna be worked down away from here, but and then I gotta find get me one of them wooden stems to stick in it and decorate the stem up too. But there was one of them little bitty pieces of soapstone laying around. Oh, don't drop them. So hard to show these little guys. And so I kind of carved this little bear here out of it, and I mean, this thing is almost paper thin, like his nose. I mean, like I say, I always try to take away the least amount of rock as I need, but they didn't turn out too bad. For skinny little bitty thing that he is. He's just got some, I'm done with them, and they're just polishing to do. These ones like this, you can only do so much, but got me to do these little ones. There's my phone. Was Terry said, boy, if you can carve little bears, those are the hardest, so you ought to be able to carve any bear. So, I don't know. Is that a good looking bear or what? For being little bitty? He's not wanting to focus real good, as I think it keeps focusing on that bottle in the back. But, man, I just love working with soapstone. I got a chunk of steatite in there. I think that's what it is. I'm going to try and make a pipe out of next. But there's the focus. I think that's a cool little bear. might drill a hole in it and make it an abstract bead. It'd probably look good hanging off of someone's walking stick, but they give it beat up after a while. Or he could have a hole drilled in his butt and it could be an earring. A hanging bear butt earring, I guess. But anyways, I'll get the film cut off here. Wanting to go pound some seed today, so we'll see. This is all on a Soapstone video, I hope. Later. Just thought I'd show this here real quick, but made this the other morning, and this is my first bird I've done in like a perch style, I guess. Looks like a Cooper's hawk, but his head was thicker. It came farther downwise, but my first beak had like a little imperfection spot and it broke, so his head got made smaller. It was either make his head smaller to try and get some kind of head or not have a bird at all. And I didn't take very much away from this stone at all to get this shape. I mean, the most come out of that spot right there. The whole time I've had this little rock here, this piece, it always looked like a perch bird to me. And like I said, oops, I dropped it, but first one I've ever made. Got a lot of polishing and oil work to do to it yet, and I gotta fix a little spot right there, but other than that, not too bad, I don't guess. I know I'm definitely interested in doing more birds now too, besides bears. Some really pretty stone, but just thought I'd show that.